So thanks again for being here. You have been very gracious. I'm going to wrap this last section up with like some little lighthearted fun stuff. This first part is kind of like the age-old question. If you were a superhero, what would your superpowers be and why? Anybody want to jump in first? You know what? I'm going to put my
There was a whole television series based on him. So
I know, you're kind of cheating. You're kind of cheating. But for
watch
powers-wise,
Who Wants to Be a Superhero season 2.
Right. No, we all
To
know
get his answer.
we all know the Batman thing and Batman why he's cool because of the not needing powers. If you had actual powers though, not just we're rich, because everybody wants that.
I would like to be able to speak every language in the world, like perfectly, like the accents, the dialects, everything. I think that'd be an incredible superpower.
Cypher from the X-Men. There's actually a character.
I would totally,
named Cypher, and that's his power is to understand all language.
He just became my favorite superhero.
Check him out. Yeah. They actually got really cool with him up to the past 10 years once he started learning how to read body language.
Oh.
So once he started learning how to read body language, he also started to be a master of martial arts and stuff. It just like went beyond, like it was really cool. But yeah, he was a really very cool character because he could read every language. He started understanding computer language. But his whole thing is everybody kind of made fun of him because like, oh, that's a lame mutant power.
Right.
And when you really think about it, that is such a powerful power to connect people and to bridge gaps, and communication is such an important power. So that's a good one. I like that one. Who's next?
Go for it.
Go for it.
I mean, who doesn't want to fly?
Fly.
I mean, so I mean, if there's one of those superhero qualities, I mean, I'd say that. But if there's something I could do,
No, if anything fantastical? Anything fantastical.
Yeah,
what
I mean,
superpower would you like, and why would you like it?
I mean, I'd love to be able to get everyone to see that we're all one. I mean, you know, that rope of truth.
So like an empath, you would be like an empath, like a psionic empath to share.
I mean, for someone who is so damaged and hurt that they hurt others, if you could wipe all that away so that they could see that they're capable of loving others, you know, I mean, then you could solve everything.
That sounds like a good empathy power to me.
Yeah.
I'd like to be invulnerable, so I could put myself between those that can't defend themselves and the harm coming towards them. I think just being totally and completely invulnerable would be an awesome power to just be able to stand there and take it.
So before my co-hosts make me look any worse, I'm gonna fess up with my dream power is not selfless. It's actually very selfish, and you would assume it would be Spider-Man, but it's not. My dream power would be either to stop time without aging or super speed, because there's never enough time for everything. There's so much to do. I want, in addition to, obviously, I want to help people, but I also want to learn more. I want to be more productive. I want, and that would be my dream power, is to be able to do it all and not have to give up anything. As much as I love giving up stuff to help people, to not have to would be my dream power.
And I will say that my power isn't really selfless, because anyone who knows me knows that I like to come in and save the day.
Okay.
I'm not as humble as these wonderful people here. I love to, show up and with the truck and the big guy and help move the furniture and
right.
So if I could actually do that and like stop the bullets or stop the nuke or save some people, I'm doing it because I like to save the day. It's a good feeling, a job well done.
Flight covers a lot of bases. I mean, ever since Superman flew.
Exactly. Okay, we're not going to talk about turning back time.
Time travel. Oh my gosh.
So
what would be your one dream power?
Okay, so I never answer this question in the ideal of doing good.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not necessarily that I'm doing bad. It's just I always think about it in terms of because I always say and people call it a cop out, but I always say I would want Scarlet Witch's reality manipulation power. so that I could, but you could use it for good because, like he said, you could make people see what the world could be like if we all worked together, and you could show them what a world full of empathy and compassion would look like. So there could be a way that was good.
And this was ever me, like, I still, it's my nature to help people, but, it's like, I would still help people, but that's not why I would want.
But if I could also just get a belt that shoots rainbows out of it and makes everybody happy, I'm just saying that option is, if that option's on the table.
We'll settle for just happiness. Dazzler. You definitely need Dazzler power.
Dazzler.
Like music to light. That's the way it goes. Greg, what would your
cognizant cellular manipulation?
Wow.
Yes. That would actually be the ultimate.
Because you could regenerate, because you could,
You would never be unhealthy. You would never be sick. Yeah, I would, you know what? I'm going to switch. I'm going to totally steal Greg.
See, Greg, you made me feel good because I was thinking I needed to switch sides of the room and sit over there. And I was like, I'm not on this. I don't know why I'm on the selfless side over here. I feel horrible. I thought you were going to need to be over here, but now, thanks, Greg.
That's amazing. So if you were a superhero, what would your motto or message to the world be? I'm gonna let Jarrett go first because he's already covered this one. Well, he's already done this.
It's one of the challenges on the show.
Yeah, I actually stole this.
We
from
had
him,
to come up with our own motto. And it's when the diffuser's around, bad guys are going down.
You did it just so he could say it right here.
I just wanted to say it. That's why I let him go first, so we wouldn't end on that. But what would your motto be?
Oh golly. Skip.
I answer this question all the time, and not in terms of being a superhero, but just as in terms of being a human who does things. And I always say that my motto personally in life is to be the adult you wish you had in your life when you were a child. Because so many times, like as a kid, you didn't have that person that you could go to for things that just like made you feel comfortable and who you could look up to. Like we were talking about, like I don't know who my real life hero is. Like I could answer the superhero one, but like in real life, like who do I focus on? And so that's why I do so much of all of my work is almost always with kids through teenagers, especially with teenagers, because they're the ones who need that adult that they can say, you know what, I'm almost there, and I can grow into something like you can be cool and be an adult.
It's an important turning point. I mean, they're on the edge there. So.
I want to be that person who reminds them that they can still make a difference. Like when I host cosplay contests or when I judge cosplay contests, the first thing I say to them is just want you to know that you've already won. Whether you get a trophy at the end of the day or not, you've already won because you put on a costume and there's a room full of people who stopped what they were doing to come out and watched you. So you've already won the contest.
And all the other people who didn't do that.
Right, and who are sitting in the audience saying, I wish I could do what they're doing. And it's important to think in those terms, like what can you, when you're working with kids and teenagers, like what can you tell them that will remind them that they can do whatever it is that they want to do. There's nothing stopping them but them from making that choice. So
excellent.
I am all about taking action. I think there's a lot of talk in the world, and you have to like do the thing you're talking about. Yeah.
So your motto would be.
It's get stuff done, but I usually don't say stuff.
Right.
So I would be one of those cursing superheroes that I would be the Deadpool realm, and you
just
wouldn't want your kids to watch.
I can see a T-shirt with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I pass too?
I'll come back. I'll just use the one that my personal motto that I even have it on my Facebook page is life is an adventure, so live it. Mm-hmm. Because so many people just go day by day, just going through the motions and stuff. You need to get out there and you need to do not just for yourself but for the community, and try to make the world a better place by doing so. Just like you were saying,
Love it. That's good.
No, I mean.
He's co-signing.
That's what I was gonna say.
Totally stole him.
I did. I'm
told
evil.
him that before we came in here.
Yeah, I heard you. I totally heard you.
You used your empathy on him backwards. It's your fault because you used your power on.
Yep.
So,
I'm new to this.
You're new to this. I honestly don't even actually have one. There's so many that I've developed over my lifetime that it's like a list. Obviously the power and responsibility. One of the ones that makes the most sense to me is to do unto others as you want them to do, not as you expect them to do, which is a lot of what people do. I can't even pinpoint like the one, but those are, if you can do something, you should do it.
Yeah.
So
I do have one. Something instead of nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, along those lines, just do something.
Just do something.
Do something instead of nothing.
I mean, all it takes for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing.
So true.
The last one, and I'm going to use this one to let you guys talk about your organization again. So how would you encourage or recommend others get involved in their communities to become true heroes? Even if they're not ready to make a leap to your organization, what's a good step to get to where you are?
Oh, I still think the best step to tell people is what I told elementary school kids is wake up every day and just simply ask yourself, who can I help today?
That's what I said earlier. He beat me to this question.
One thing. Just do one thing. Hold the door for somebody. Help them with their groceries. Bring in your neighbor's trash can, even if they don't know who brought in their trash can.
Right.
Do one thing every single day that helped somebody else.
Just to start.
And you're on your way to being a hero.
I always think of everybody always quotes the Mr. Rogers quote, look for the helpers. I always change it to be the helper, because if somebody's not being a helper in the moment, then who is everybody looking to? So if you can make that choice to be the helper, then you can be the one that, makes that impact on somebody's life.
Awesome.
What do you do?
I just, I want you to find the thing that you love and commit to it, and be really passionate about it. Are you fundraising, to support all these organizations that are working to help people with AIDS? Are you going to become a CASA volunteer and give all these hours of your time to help kids? Whatever that thing is that you love, if you're going to build an empire around haunted adventures that, is fighting breast cancer, find it and commit to it. It may not be a traditional volunteer role. It may be something else that you do that helps people's lives to be better, but just dig into it and find what you love and what you're going to stick with for some time and really make it part of your life.
I agree totally, because I tell people what matters to you. Find what matters to you, and a lot of people haven't even thought about that. And
the chances are, if it matters to you, it matters to somebody else.
Well, and it will. There are opportunities to help people no matter where your interests lie. So have a little introspection and see what matters to you and follow that light, because that will take you to something greater.
Yeah, mine has always been be respectful. That's the core of not just being a hero, but being a human, is be respectful. Don't thought of my motto: respect, don't expect. Respect people, but don't expect them to respect you back, because that's just not how it works. If you do it with expectations, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Do good because you want to be a good person, not because you're afraid of being punished, not because you're hoping to be rewarded. Respect others. Always think of people the way that you want them to think of you. Any situation where I see somebody is going through something, I always empathy, try to see myself in their place. I always want to treat them with the same kind of respect. I'm different. I always imagine, okay, how would I feel if they treated me this way because of what I am? So treat them with the same respect that you want. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. You were amazing. It was wonderful. I hope to have you on again in the future for other topics. Make sure you check out everybody's pages. Scareforacure.com. .org. Scareforacure.org. hillcountryride.org. And CASA superherorun.com.
Awesome run. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
It's fun just to watch.
Really quick.
Yeah.
I want to say this really quick. I was unemployed 6-7 years ago for 2 years, and I joined up with the 501st Legion, and I started doing volunteer work through them. I had been doing costuming way before then, but I made my Imperial Officer uniform and I started going out and doing stuff, and that saved me because I was really depressed because, I mean, every day I was going out trying to get a job, and it was 2.5 years of that. And being able to be a part of society and to give to society with the 501st Legion was an amazing experience, and it really saved me. And I can't express how good it feels to go out and go to children's hospitals and to go to these different charity organizations and volunteer. Blue Santa, you can every place in the world, I'm sure, has a Blue Santa or a Brown Santa. Police, sheriff's department that does volunteer work during the Christmas season, or a food pantry, or any number of different charities that you can go and ask to volunteer, and you can volunteer and just give a bit of your time. And it doesn't take you giving a bunch of money to help these organizations. Money obviously helps, and donations obviously help, but also they need volunteers. They need people there to help them out, to make sure that these things happen. That, it's just a really wonderful feeling, and I highly suggest it.
Yeah, we're going to post all of these links on the Red Web's Facebook page. So just check facebook.com/Brad's Red Web, and we're going to post those there. You can also find them on Heroes of Texas, facebook.com/Heroes of Texas, and you'll see some of the events that we've done, some of the people that we meet. Like Greg said, being involved in this, doing these things, it really is. It's for you too. You will get so much out of it, and it's okay to be selfish, and it's okay to do that. And because taking that and using it to make you feel good, it will help other people feel good. And so,
absolutely,
please thank you so very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll see you guys next time. I think we're going to do maybe something Spider-Man-y next time. So we'll catch y'all next time. Ciao.
Woohoo. Ciao.